Good evening, everyone. Today we are having a special meeting. We had one last week, Monday. So today is another special day where we are having a special gathering because, like I always say, um, you cannot give from an empty cup, right? Knowledge is what differentiates the rich from the poor. Access to knowledge, quality information. The difference between me and Dangote today is the quality of knowledge that he has that I do not have. Do you understand? So most importantly, a lot of us have been into, have been doing one businesses to another. We've done this, we've done that, we've done this, we've done that. Right now we are in the crypto space trying to navigate this crypto space. But even in this, the crypto space is just like every other business. So if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the quality mindset, crypto can still be like other businesses that you have done. This morning, I was talking to one of my affiliate leaders, and she was telling me how she has done a lot of businesses in the past. She has invested over 20 million naira in bakery, invested this, invested at the point she was asking herself, God, she was in crying, and that was in October last year, asking herself, God, why am I not making money? Why am I not doing it? Why she was just complaining to God. Then I think what happened to her was she took a decision that this year, 2024, is going to be a good year for her. So it's only with her mindset. So if you like complain from now till tomorrow, if you like cry that village people is holding you, that you're having generational costs, that you're doing businesses and you're failing, it all starts from your mindset. It all starts from your mindset. When you get to that turning point, when you make a decision that your life will never remain the same. So success and failure all starts from the mind. That is why we are having this leadership meeting. As far as you're a paid member in the Women in Crypto community, you are qualified to attend our leadership trainings, right? And the VIPs in this group are my affiliates. Honestly, this is my affiliate. It's meant to be my affiliate and leadership meeting, but I just let me allow other people to, take advantage of this training. It's specifically tailored for my affiliates and my leaders, right? Because these are the people who are working for the growth of this community. But in a second thought, I said, let me just allow others to partake in this meeting. So count yourselves lucky to be here. As you all know, like I keep saying every day, I'm lucky to be having mentored by one of the best. When people ask me, if what is your secret, what has been your success story, I keep saying I was mentored by the best, and that has been my success story. So I had to drag him, pull him. I did that last week, and I told him, you must bring out time for my athletes, you must bring out time for my leaders, you must bring out time for the people in my community. This is my group, this is my family. So he said, okay, let me have a mindset training with your people this week. And we'll be talking about beyond limits, so that most of you, you are being limited by what you know, by your mindset. So what is beyond, like I keep saying, everything you want in this life is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of fear. So today we'll be showing you how to stretch yourself, stretch your mindset. You can do it all, you can make it. As long as you can dream it, you can achieve it. So permit me once more to introduce myself. I know I didn't do it by in the beginning of this introduction. My name remains Ifoma from Ramak, and I'm the coordinator of Women in Crypto. Ramak means Rated Assistance Mentoring and Consult. So the Women in Crypto is a branch of the Ramak Academy. Ramak is an academy registered in the United States of America, and the Women in Crypto brand is a baby under the Ramak platform. It's a women wing in the Ramak platform. So permit me to welcome the CEO of Ramak Academy, my boss, my mentor, Dr. Somtochukwu Inya-Agha. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'm using his Zoom. So this is the former, yeah, but I'm using his Zoom to introduce him myself. All right.
All
Let
right.
me mute.
Thank you, everyone. And
Yeah.
nice seeing you all once again. We were together last week and we're here again today. And I want you to understand something, that today's training will be extraordinary. So I want to open your mind, unlearn everything you've learned to relearn. Now, bear it in mind that I see women in crypto. Like I said, everybody in women in crypto, you are all nations waiting to board. And so I'm going to train you in a way that 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the line, for those God will bless with length of life, you will look back and say, this night was one of your life-changing moments. Okay? Someone is saying they can't hear me. Check, confirm. If you can hear me, can you type 111 in the chat room? If you can hear me, type 111 in the chat room. If you can hear me, very good. Okay. So the person who is not hearing me, please check your sound system. Okay. All right. So before I start, I want to lay the ground rules. Okay. If you have any distraction, anybody beside you distracting you, please let the person stay off you for just this few, an hour plus. I'm going to stay with you because I need to have your full concentration so that what I will do today will be impactful in your life. All right. I'm going to build knowledge over knowledge over knowledge. So if you miss any aspect of it, it will become a challenge for you. All right. To follow me through the rest of the sessions. Now, last time I talked about us being human beings first, creative beings first, before whatever profession it is you do for a living. Even before you join Women in Crypto and became a crypto enthusiast and you started trading and making money. Every equipment built by man comes with a manual or a user guide. Your television, your fan, your phone, name it. So if man has the presence of mind to put in a manual of how to use a machine that man produced, how do we think that God Almighty didn't give us a manual of how to function on earth or how we should operate on earth? Now, independent of your religion, whether you are Christian, you are Muslim, you are Hindu, any religion at all in the world, I respect all religions. There must be a story of creation in your holy book. And since we all believe in God, independent of what name we address him by, now I am a Christian, and that's why I'm going to teach this lesson from the Christian book, the Bible. I'm not a man of God, but like I told you, I want to take us back to the origins, because if I don't expose to you who you are, most people live through this life just existing but not living, not even knowing who they are. All right? So I'm going to share my slide now, because remember, the title of today's topic is a mindset training titled Beyond Limits. All right? I'll be sharing my screen now, and let me take you down this road step by step. Like I said, I'm going to use the Bible, but that doesn't mean I'm a man of God. No. But I'm going to use it as a universal reference material that will help us all. So, mindset training beyond limits. So, in this world, there are mostly two sets of people in this world we are today. All right? Two sets. Now, let's look at, before we go to two sets, let's look at the very beginning. Because we have those who are creators, we have those who are makers, and we have those who are both creators and makers. But I want us to first understudy God. Remember, God said, ye are gods. Those who are wealthy in this world are those who are operating in God mode. Before you can become wealthy, you must operate in God mode. Now, who is the Alpha, as in the Alpha God, who you intend to operate as? It is God Almighty. So I want us to start by first studying God. Then from God, I will transpose to you before I begin to work on your mindset. All right? So let's now understand how God made this successful universe we are in. Because we are all in this world created by God. So, for starters, I'll read from my Bible. Let's go to Genesis 1 from verse 1 to 4. Okay? Please, don't follow me as if we're in a church. Just follow me as we're just reading from a manual. It's a training. Okay? Open your heart, open your mind, and let's look at how God makes things happen first, so you can know how to begin to operate as a God that you are. Genesis 1 says something. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Mark the word, created. 2 says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Take note, darkness was upon the face of the deep. That means God has identified the first problem. First problem was darkness. And then he said the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, meaning he was estimating, he was moving around the face of the waters, checking what are the problems, what solutions can I bring in. All right. And 3 says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. That is God providing solution to the first problem he identified in the world at that time. And then 4 says, and God saw the light that it was good. He said he saw the light, it was good, meaning he was comparing that light to something that made him say it was good. There was a standard he was comparing it to, right? And he said, and God divided the light from the darkness. Now, hold on. That means if God is in the business of finding problems before providing solution, it means you listening to me today, your duty from now on is, can you find a problem of humanity that if you provide solution for, money can follow you into your bedroom or wherever you are in this world? Now, that is one aspect. Second aspect is this. He created. Now, let's go to Genesis 1 verse 14 and 15. Still following that same line of thought. 14 says, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven. That means that same light he created in 1. Remember, he is still redefining the dimensions of that light. So it doesn't stop in just finding a problem and offering a solution. The solution should also be strategic and systematic. So he said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So January, February, March, April, you've been counting month by month. It was God's creation at the point of creating light. So in creating light, he gave man a calendar, not just only light to see. Are you understanding what's happening here? Then he says in 15, and let them be for light in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And look at what it says. It says, and it was so. Mark that word, and it was so. Now, this is the creative process in God's mind. He had not yet made it yet, though. That's the mystery of this place I'm reading now. All these things I have read had still not manifested. They were still in God's mindset. But it ends it by saying, and it was so. Meaning, let's go to 16 and 19, where God now made the lights. So 16 says, and God made 2 great lights. Mark the word, made. This was when he now began to form what he had created. He said he made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So just to give light, God had to make 2 lights, the sun, the moon, and then he added a third one, the stars. Okay? And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good, meaning he measured and compared and saw it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Now, why am I opening this mystery to you? It means that God first creates in his mind before he goes out to make. Some of us have read this chapter over and over again, and were of the erroneous impression that as it was saying God created, he was making it immediately. No. Can you see Genesis 1 from 1 to 15 was just him creating it on a blueprint, on a master plan. Then 16 and 19 was where he now executed what was in his mind. But take note that as of verse 15, it ended by saying it was so. It was so as of the time he created it. Some of you see what is physical as reality. No. I want to take you back to a point where you know that it is what is in your mindset that is the reality, not the physical. Later on, I'll answer that question, which I will ask you, what is your reality? Okay? Let's take another example again. Just follow this process of what God does so that you can know how to begin to function now if you want to create wealth in the crypto space. As in generational wealth, long lasting. Now, look at Genesis 1 verse 24. Let's go again, another process again. 24 said, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle, creeping things, beasts of the earth after his kind, and it was so. Take note, each of the time he is done with the creation in his mind, it ends with saying, and it was so. Meaning, he didn't need for it to be physical, for it to be reality. All right? And then, 25, watch 25, now said, and God made the beast. That means in 24, he was creating the beasts. He was saying, let the earth bring forth living creatures. He was creating what he wanted to bring forth, right? 25 now says that's the making process. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Are you seeing something happening here? 25 repeated was what happened in 24. But 24 was in God's mind. 25 was when he made it physical. Then he compared what he made physical with what he created in his mind, and then saw that it was good. Meaning, if he did not measure it in his mind first before he made it, right? There will be no standard or parameter to compare to know whether what he has made is good or not good. If it's not good, he will start afresh. But if it's good, he will nod and say it was good. Two process: creation and making. That means, if you're listening to me today, I'm going to show you what you've been doing wrong that has kept you where you are. Not being able to divide between creation and making. Do you understand? Let me show you another example again. The same Genesis 1. Let's go to 26 and 28, right? Now let's go to 27. It said, and God created, hold again, 26 says, and God said, let us make man in our image. That was a thought process. Let us make man. He has not made man yet, in our image. Now the thought of man entered his mind again. He started giving man futures in his mind. And he said, let us make man after our image, after our likeness, future so, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air. Now, if man should have dominion over the fish, that means that man should know how to hunt on sea. So what features will God give man to enable him be good on sea? Right? Good. Then he said, let him also have dominion over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And 27 says, so God created man in his own image. That means in his mind now, he started creating a human being with facilities that can dominate the sea, dominate the air, dominate the earth. Are you understanding what's going on in God's mind now? Okay? In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So even though God made man first, in the creation, he created both male and female. But he made man first, then made female later. But that means at the creation, he created both. Get the point? Now, 28 says, and God blessed them. That means God blessed his thought process in his mind. Some of you are still waiting for God to bless what you have made, what you have bought. No. God, you're supposed to be praying for God to bless your thought, what is still in your mind, what you still intend to do, that is still in your mind. That is when God should bless it, not when you have done it. It is that blessing at the mind level that manifests in the physical when that thing is finally made. I think when I begin to understand this, how deep this teaching is. Okay? Follow me. Let me slow my tempo because I'm beginning to get hyperactive. Okay? Now, watch again. It says, let me repeat 28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over everything that moveth upon the earth. God was blessing a creation in his mind. He had not made it yet. So in God's creative mindset, he designed you to have dominion over the whole earth, over your finances, over anywhere you step your feet on and claim it as your own. So if you're listening to me today and you don't have dominion over your life, over your business, over your finances, there is a fundamental problem with your mindset. That is what I'm going to correct today. Now take note. Rewind. God was blessing his idea. Let's go to Genesis 2, verse 5 to 8. Just be following me. Now, Genesis 2, 5 to 8. It says, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. This is a confirmation that the blessings God was giving in Genesis 1, verse 26-28 was to his thought process, not to man. Man had not been made there. That's the confirmation. All right? Then go down to Genesis 2:6. It says, but there went up a mist from the earth. Take note. Because God intended to mold man from clay, he had to make that clay moist because he had already created it in his mind, so he knew what to do. So he made a mist to go up on the earth and water the whole face of the earth. And 7 says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man who he had formed. Are you seeing the difference now? So that means God creates before he makes. It is in the creation he puts all the characteristics of what he intends to make. Then when he makes it, he compares what he has made to the standard he created in his mind. Do you now see how important that mind is? That mind you take for granted. You've been taking it for granted. You now see that what has kept you where you are all these years is because you've not worked on the mind. Because that is where everything emanates from. Let me give you another example again to further buttress this point. In Genesis 2 verse 3, it says, and God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. I will stop here from the Bible now. Let's now come to reality. God rested from all he had created and made. So the creation story is a two-step story. So for anything you want to achieve in this world today and be successful in it, you need to create before you make. So there are two types of people in the world today or in business. We have the creators and we have the makers. And we have those who are both creators and makers. If you're listening to me today and you've not taken dominion of your domain, you've not taken dominion of your finances, you've not taken dominion of this earth, depending on where God puts you in this earth, it means you are just a maker. You are not yet a creator. Until you activate your creative being, then you begin to operate in God mode. And that is when everything you touch becomes gold. Everything you touch becomes financial success. Everything you touch becomes tremendously beautiful. And that leads to this statement I tell you this day. Man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. Or let me rephrase again. The man in crypto community, know thyself. All the women in women in crypto community, know thyself. Are you a creator or are you a maker? Or are you both a creator and a maker? Now understand something. Little money trickles to makers. And 97% of the world are makers. The majority of the wealth of the world is in the hands of the creators. And they happen to just be 3% of the whole world. Go and check the Forbes list of the multi-billionaires and go and see that they are creators, not just makers. Difference is this. Makers are numerous, innumerable, but creators are few. If you become a creator, you can always hire a maker. Creators are not hired. People partner with creators. But makers are hired. So anybody can be paid to make something. Now, creation is in different levels. If you wake up in the morning and you did not plan your day and you just went out for the day and started carrying out activities and came back at the end of the day, tired and exhausted, or you've made some money for the day, you are just a maker. That means you went out to make the day others created. Take note, this does not mean you are a civil servant or you are an employee or an employer. There are employers who are also makers. Get the point? I'm operating above the level of employer, employee. No. I'm just saying, as a man who you are, or as a woman who you are, you're supposed to wake up as early as 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning. That is when the spirit of inspiration comes to man. That is when the sixth sense, the pineal gland, opens up to get inspiration from the divine. Notice that most of the ideas that come to you that change your life comes around that 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. around that time. If it's a dream, it's showing you something. At times, I tell you, I see coins. My wife too, the crypto goddess, she wake up around that time. Tell me, baby, there's one coin they showed me now. It's about that time. We'll write it down. Then we'll now go and begin to search for it in Coin Market Cap, in CoinGecko. Begin to look for that coin. At times, the name comes half. It's not complete. We have to begin to, ransack ourselves and say, okay, but the dream came with these features. So it might be this coin or that coin. At times, they give us just a coin and a number. We will now go to Coin Market Cap and look for which coin falls under maybe 1686. We begin to now do the fundamental analysis on that coin and to now rhyme with what came at that time. So please, when in crypto, don't joke with your 3 a.m. That's in fact from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. I'm not saying wake up and pray. I'm just saying at that time, if you have any problem you want to create a solution for. I don't mean if you have a problem. I mean if there's a problem you found out, like God found out that darkness was a problem and decided to create light. It is if you sleep over it, that's where the idea came from. Sleep over something. Sleeping just means just give it some time and see if inspiration can come to you by that early morning. Don't joke with that time in your life. And that is the time to create your day. You tell yourself, by 6 o'clock, I'm doing this. 8 o'clock, I should be here. 10 o'clock, I'm doing this. and you will write down your activities and the intended outcome. Now you are beginning to practice being a creator. Then at the end of the day, when you come back, you check back. What was the outcome compared to the intended? Sorry, what was the final outcome compared to the intended outcome based on the activities already created in the morning before you went out to make them? I don't know if someone is understanding me. Now, this is an inner consciousness you need to ignite in you before you begin to operate in God mode. Now, the next question is vision. Remember, we're talking on your mind. I'm working on your mind now. I'm taking you back to the creation process so you understand who you are. Now, if the mind is where it all starts from, after the thought process, what image stimulates that thought process? That's the next question. And that's where we come to vision. What is vision? Some people say that vision is what you want to be, or where you are going to, or something you want to be in future. That is not true. Take this definition of vision from me. Vision is what you are now by virtue of what you see. I repeat, vision is what you are now by virtue of what you are seeing. In other words, if your vision is not affecting who you are now in the present, in the moment, that vision is an illusion. Let me give an example. I want to be a governor, right? So that's your thought process. You begin to see yourself as the governor of your state because you've seen the governors, they drive in convoy and everything. You begin to see yourself. Then you notice that all governors normally wear suits and tie. I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying it's so. Meanwhile, in your office, you are an office clerk, or maybe you are a messenger. Let me just use that as an example, okay? Then suddenly, you are seeing yourself as a governor. What happens? Instead of wearing tattered clothes to the office like other messengers, the little money you have, you buy coats and trousers, but you iron it well with starch. Your shirt is not expensive, but you iron it very well with starch. Your color combination of your tie is well not. You come with shoe, very good shoe, not expensive, but just okay. You begin to carry yourself as a governor. So when you're cleaning the office or doing this in the office, you are doing it in a special way as a governor would have done it. Do you understand? People are looking at you and saying, what's this one doing? This cleaner. Why is he always wearing suit instead of wearing normal shirt and trouser? Why is he always carrying himself like this? Why is he's too pompous? But they're not seeing what you are seeing. You know that even though your situation has kept you as a cleaner or messenger, in your mind process, in your thought process, you are seeing yourself as a governor, so you are acting like a governor. That is what I call vision. Let me leave governor for example. But take note, most of these governors you see today all had very poor background. It was because they were acting upon what they were seeing, the universe now ended up making them governors. Another example is an illiterate, let us say a bricklayer who is going to work a construction site, but he's seeing his colleagues going to the university. He tells himself, I am a graduate. So even though he's a bricklayer, he's carrying block, he's carrying cement, he has told himself he's a graduate by virtue of what he's seeing. So you see, he begins to carry his brick in a different way from others. When others are carrying 4, he's carrying 10 because he wants to make more money to be able to afford his JAMB form or WAEC form. When others finish from work and are tired and are drinking kai kai or gin or local gin, all right, he goes to one side, picks a book, uses his lantern, he is reading, preparing for JAMB or WAEC. Come back 4 years down the line, that guy has entered a university or a polytechnic. Come back, when in the polytechnic again, Others whose parents are rich come to school, are busy doing party, playing, having fun, carrying carryovers. He knows where it's coming from. He takes his time. He lives big boyhood. He settles down. He keeps reading. Next in 4 years, he has graduated. He's a graduate. Take note again, that same guy, you will see when others are going to look for work and using money to buy cars, he goes, gets a work, uses his money, comes back for masters. That same guy, before you know it, he's doing PhD. Before you know it, he's a professor. But that guy started as a bricklayer. What is the difference? He had the vision to be a graduate, and that vision affected who he was at that moment, and that made him print it out. So that means he created in his mind first that he will be a graduate, then went out to make it through bricklaying and all the other activities he was doing. Do you understand now? So if your vision is not affecting what you are doing in the present, or who you are in the present, or how you carry yourself in the present, that vision is an illusion, is not a vision. So from now on, women in crypto, when you see the vision, it should begin to reflect in your life now, not later, not when you make money. No. Before you see that we've entered the bull run, right? Before you start seeing the 10x, the 100x, the 300x in the coins you've bought, begin now to envision what you will do, what you will become before that money comes. Because once that money comes, you can't do it again. It is only what is in your thought process or mindset before the money comes. That's what you have created. So if in your mind, you didn't create wealth, if in your mind, you didn't create sustainability, when that money comes, it will come and go. And you will see yourself 4 years after, broke again. That's what happened to all those who won lotteries. Go and check all those who won jackpots in the US lottery. Look at all of them. 97% of them ended up broke 2 years after they won the lottery. People won millions of dollars, so because their mindset was not created. So they went to make the same poverty that's in their mindset. They blew it all out. Okay? So how do we work on this new mindset I'm talking about? You need new information from books, from CDs, from teachings like mine, and any other teaching of anybody who is making sense to you, right? And with those new information and teachings will come new knowledge. And each time new knowledge enters your mind, you will always have a new experience. For example, I'm teaching some of you something new today. You're already experiencing a different kind of feeling in yourself as you are hearing me speak. Now, that new experience will bring forward a new perspective to your thinking. Most of you have started thinking differently as of now. I'm just a few minutes into this lecture, but your thought process is already changing. And then from that new thinking, you will begin to have a new approach to things. You begin to do things in style now. You know, the rich have their style. The poor also have their style. You don't need to be rich to begin to emulate the rich man's style. The poor show off. They spend so much time and money showing off for people to think they are rich. Whereas the rich put in more effort hiding their wealth. They want you to think they are poor. Irony of life. Can you see the style? So if the rich do not show off their wealth and you intend to be rich, why are you showing off your own? It means you are following the poor man's lifestyle. The poor want to show off their wealth because to them, by showing off, let people know they are rich, but they're not rich. Because go and check their worth. You will see Mark Zuckerberg, owner of Facebook, multi-billionaire, but look at his lifestyle. Look at his dressing. You know, he's not wearing bling bling, 10 necklace, and in the ear and on the nose everywhere. No, watch them. So begin to emulate the style of the truly rich, not those claiming to be rich. Now, once you begin to emulate that style, what happens? New results begin to show, because the money you would have spent in showing off, you spend it in the real things that matter, which is building a stronger financial base. reinvesting, compounding your investment quietly without making noise. The rich don't talk much. Then what happens? You begin to see a new outcome in your finances. It begins to grow. It begins to grow. What happens next? With that new strong financial base, a new life beginning starts. You launch yourself into the life of the wealthy. And what happens? A new vision emanates. Do you understand the process? Okay? So my question now is, with all these things I've said, how often do you work on your mind? How often? There is a process called metacognition. That means it's not just enough to monitor your thoughts. You also will get to a point when you begin to think about your thoughts. That's metacognition. You know, some of you have not even mastered your mind yet. You're not able to. That's what the meditation, you know, what that exercise called meditation, either through yoga or anything, it's just meant for you to bring your mind together collectively and process something. It's the most difficult thing to do. Humans are naturally restless and we're easily distracted. So all creators are able to distill themselves to a moment of peace and silence and begin to go through their thought processes and begin to create. Those who create, they have chambers where they go in to create. If you're listening to me today, find a place in your house. Let it be a quiet place for you. Let it be the chambers you retreat to create before you come out to make. So have your creation chambers from now on. Not minding what challenge you are facing in your marriage, in your family, in your business. Just see them as obstacles or challenges. Then tell yourself, when I enter my creative chambers and come out, I am coming out with a solution to this particular obstacle. Once you begin to have that kind of mindset, you've started ushering yourself into that God mode. Okay? Now, I'm going to begin to give you quotes that will help you in that creative process in your mind. The first you must understand is this, that some people's someday is some people's everyday. So that life you are wishing to live, there are some who it is their normal life. What do? You seek mentorship from those whose dream life, you seek mentorship from those who your dream life is their normal life. Do you understand? That way, the consciousness of the fact that that special day can be your everyday begins to down in your subconscious mind, and then you begin to print it out in the conscious mind. Let me break it down a bit. Maybe I don't know if I'm using it very high. Let me break it down a bit. Okay. Now you have the conscious mind and you have the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is where files are stored based on your incidencing. What do we call incidencing? Let us say, for example, you want to build a beautiful house, all right? Or you want to make your life better. Now, one of the things you can do in incidencing is, for example, go to a hotel. Even though in your account you have just 15,000 naira, it doesn't matter. Go to the nearest 5-star hotel in your neighborhood. Dress well. You don't need to come with a car. Dress well. In fact, let a cab bring you to the hotel, because big men come with cab to hotel. No big man travels this car. They fly by plane, land in the airport, take airport taxi, and go to a hotel. So my brother, just leave your house. Take an office bag, like a traveling bag, okay? And take a taxi. Tell the taxi to drop you in that 5-star hotel in your area. Go in there, walk in boldly. Tell them you want to see the presidential suit. Be bold. I want to see your suit. Presidential suit. How much? They will tell you 120,000 naira a night. You say, very good. That's doable. Then they will give you a porter to take you to the room. You go there, sit on the bed, sit on it, go, press it and say, it's a little bit, it's not hard enough. Do you have something harder than this? Enter the bathroom, open the tap, wash your hand, wash your face. Don't, but just feel like it's your room. When you are done, walk around the room, look at yourself in the mirror, arrange your suit well, and come out and ask them that, what's the last you can give me this room for? Be serious about it, though. They will tell you, sir, our minimum is 110,000 a night instead of 120. You say, okay, this room, what if I take this room for 1 week? How much will this count? They will press calculator. Sir, it's 700,000, but we can give it to you 600,000. You tell them, okay, we're having a conference here in a month's time. I want to book ahead of time. But let me check what's going to take me and my team. Give me, how many small rooms do you have as well? Be serious about it and negotiate, it's incidental. They'll tell you that we have junior suits, executive deluxe. They'll give you the prices. You say, okay, in my team, we're about 8 of us. So if I take the presidential and the other 4 take the other one, what does it come to? Do me a proposal, do me a package, and send to my email. Be serious and walk down to the reception and wait for them to arrange proposal for you and give it to you. We tell them, okay, let me have your card. They give you the card. You hear from me soon. Walk out, enter your card, and drive home. My dear, if you finish what I just told you, what will happen to your mind? That means you've lived the life. That means you will not rest until, mark my words, maximum 4 or 5 years down the line, the room in your home will be like the room in that hotel you went to. Your conscious mind will take that file into your subconscious and keep it there. You won't know. Suddenly you make money from crypto. You begin to build your own house. You begin to build your room, design it. You will be surprised and shocked that you reproduce that hotel's room, presidential suite in your house without your knowing. If you doubt me, snap a picture of that room, keep it in your file somewhere, forget about it. Whenever you build your house, go back to your file, pull out that picture. You will see that your room is that room. That's the power of incidency. Don't joke with it. That is the secret we use to get where we are today. Anything I desire and I really want it, I go for incidency. Once I go and experience it, it enters my subconscious. It will come out someday. Once I consistent. Let me tell you again. In the church, you go to church, the pastor will say, I decree somebody is going back home this week with 1 billion naira. Everybody will shout, amen. Your mind will tell you, I no follow. But you shouted amen, no. But your mind will tell you, you no follow. Why? Because your conscious mind went into your subconscious and there's no file anywhere for 1 billion. There's no file in anywhere in your subconscious that you have something that you can do that can give you 1 billion. That same decree, we enter the mind of maybe Dangote's child. He will go, the subconscious will tell him, you've been hearing your father saying 1 billion, 2 billion. Okay, this, that. He is able to go back, internalize, and begin to think of ways to print out that 1 billion in that week, and it will happen. But that the file is not in your subconscious does not mean you cannot put it there. Another example, 2 people in the same church or in the same prayer house. Let me not use church alone. Any prayer house to belong to, any faith to belong to is fine, okay? In the same prayer house, praying to the same God. They are asking God for jobs. But one person is asking God for something else. The other person is asking God for something else. Now, after 1 week or 2 weeks, the 2 of them come for testimony. And one is testifying how he built a filling station and employed 30 staff. And thanking God, he created that and made that. The other person is thanking God for giving her job in a filling station. And guess what? The filling station in question is the filling station of the man who is a church member as well too. So the same people pray to the same God. To one, God gave to become an attendant in filling station. To the other, God gave the grace to build a filling station. What's the difference? Difference is that one is a maker and one is a creator. That's all. So one created and employed the other one to make. Now, you can create in your own capacity. It mustn't be. Even that attendant who is a filling station attendant in that filling station can also create according to her own capacity. Why do I say so? I told my friend sometimes, I said, he called me to come for celebration. He bought a second-hand car in church. I was happy for him. He bought a Camry. This happened like 4 or 5 years ago, okay? He was rejoicing. Now he bought a Camry of, I think then it was either 3.4, 3.6 million about. He spent almost 1 million or 1.4 million in the drinks we drank to celebrate a car of 3.4 million, right? And I told myself in my mind, I celebrated with him. I was happy for him. But in my mind, based on my level of reason, I said, if this guy is celebrating that he bought a second-hand car and is spending up to 1.4 million, how about the person who actually built the car? That means somebody actually designed and manufactured that car. The person who designed and manufactured that car will not spend that kind of money celebrating his creation. But the one who bought another person's creation has burnt almost 50% of the money he used in buying some other person's creation in celebration. Are you seeing there's a problem in that mindset? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just telling you how creators think. Creators are resourceful. They are not wasteful. But I'm happy for him he bought a car, no problem. But that's not the mindset, because that same mindset he used to spend for 1.5 million celebrating a car of 3.4 million, he will add how many more millions has he spent in celebrating things that are not worth celebrating? Please do your celebrations. Don't listen to me in terms of just do your celebration. I'm just telling you, but I'm trying to work on your mindset. That means I'm trying to make you know you can do better. Okay? Celebrate your car, but then don't over, right? Still have a purpose that car is just a tool. It's not the end of your life. It's just a tool to help you go to the next step of your life in your creative process. So we are created for success, but programmed for failure by the world. Everything around you is programmed to make you fail. So you have to make conscious effort to protect your mind from all those distractions. And how do you do that? Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Formal education puts you in a box. It is self-education that brings you out of that box and you begin to think out of the box. Formal education conforms you into go to school, get a degree, get a job, work all your life, retire to pension and gratuity, and maybe die from there, get buried, and that's the end. But self-education is what it took you to enter women in crypto. Begin to learn the skill of crypto trading. Begin to learn fundamental analysis. Learn about coins. Move on to become a creator. By the time you chose to be an affiliate in women in crypto, it means subconsciously you decided to begin to activate your creative process. Others came and were okay with just being members. You came, something in you spurred you on to say, I can do better. If you're an affiliate today, just know you entered a creative process in women in crypto. Because what it takes to create an ad, monitor the indices, talk to fellow human beings, present to them, encourage them, share testimonials, farm them till they make payments. When they pay, they come in. You begin to train them again to become like you. That is a creative process. Don't joke with it. In doing that thing over time, you will learn how to create systems, set structures, administer, measure, improve, and evaluate your outcome. Not just waiting for a coin to pump so you take profit and go. Yes, you can just come in, be a member, buy coin, hold it, it pumps, you sell, you go. No, there's nothing creative about that, because the coin you bought, some other person did the research, did the analysis, created, as in went through it, and out of 30,000 cryptocurrencies, came out with 2 or 3, and they posted it in that group. You just came, you bought, waited for it to pump, you took profit. That's just you. You're just a maker, not a creator. So begin to do things that will begin to improve your creative mode. Okay? Now, you cannot change your life overnight. You can't do that. But you can definitely change the direction of your life overnight. That means it's time to change direction. Begin to think now like a creator. Anywhere you find yourself in, begin to think for what value you will add into that thing you are doing. from your mind. Look at how can you better that thing. What can you do to make it different? Okay? Now, in all this, understand that clarity gives you focus. If it is not clear in your mind, if it is muddled up in your mind, you will lose the zeal to do it. But once it is clear in your mind, the energy will come in. And that way, you don't get burnt out easily. An example is this. When you are going on a journey, maybe you are traveling to the village or going for a program outside where you are based. As you are going, it is far, but coming back is always shorter. Why do you think it's so? Have you noticed that? When you are going, it's far, but when you are coming back, it's shorter. Why? Because when you were going, you were unsure of what you will meet on the road, where you were going to, which village is that, how to locate the place. It wasn't clear. But when you arrive at destination, they have finished the marriage ceremony or traditional wedding, and you're coming back home. Of course, it is shorter because you have focus, you know the distance, you know everything, energy comes in, and you arrive. It now looks as if you came back faster. But at the same time, difference is the thought process. So for that, if you're the smartest person in a room, you are in the wrong room. Because iron sharpeneth iron. The law of the universe is give and take. As you give, you also take. So if you're the only person in that room, it means you keep giving and you're taking nothing in terms of improving yourself. Even Jesus had to go and stay in the midst of the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the teachers, those when his parents were looking for him. At 12 years old, he went to stay in the midst of people who knew more than him, so he could also imbibe while giving out. Okay? So that women in crypto community is an amazing one. You come there, you meet people from all walks of life who are good in what they do. I don't begin to call names. I've seen people who drop signals there. I look at their signal, it is wonderful. I've seen comments, statements in your discussions. I think I come to the group, I look at the caliber of discussions going on in that women in crypto advanced group. I look at it and I'm like, wow, we've got stuff here. Yeah, there are some that are a little bit off point. There are some that still need, and that's why this training is here, to bring you up to standard. And that's why I said, in that women in crypto, you all are nations. Just that I need to bring out that nation in you. Because if I put this in you, and you put it in your children, and your children put it in your children's children, that is how dynasties are built. I feel so sad when I see a business, Okeke and Sons. A man and his children are running a business. He calls it Okeke and Sons. Suddenly Okeke dies and there are no sons. There are no sons. That means the business dies with the man or with the woman. It shouldn't be so. Business should be generational. So whatever you're creating now, create it such that it outlives you. Okay? So you need to be careful with whom you share your goals and dreams with, because the feedback is very powerful. Each time you get an idea, you are full of enthusiasm. You don't even look at the risk. You don't look at the obstacles. You know it is doable. But the first person you share it to can either make that dream come true or kill that dream when it is still in the board. That's why you need to be in the room with people who also know more than you, not just those who are greater than. Okay? Why do I say the feedback is powerful? Because most of you would have been greater than you are today. The challenge was that you shared that idea, that mental process you went through, that thought to the wrong person, and they killed it. If you want to kill a big dream, share it with a small mind. Do you know I'm taking time to build your mind? Because I don't want you to kill my own dream either. If I must be in your midst, I need to expand your mind so that when I share my dream with you or share my idea with you, you will flow with me because we're in the same frequency, we resonate. Because in Women in Crypto, your coordinator, Mrs. Former, will keep sharing dreams and dreams and dreams with you all. And if you all resonate at the same mindset level, all of you will be great entrepreneurs. You will be women that will shape this world. Anywhere you find yourself in. What you see she created Women in Crypto, was based on previous training. When she was following me around, we were going up and down, we're following into network marketing, doing a lot of things, picking ideas. She was all those things she was doing with me then was expanding her mind. She was able to crystallize it and create what you see today as Women in Crypto. So now you are inside Women in Crypto too. Keep taking up those tasks. Don't run away from leadership. Tell them you want to do presentation. Tell them you want to do one task or the other. For each task you do, for each role you play, for each leadership activity or responsibility you take up, it's expanding your mindset and also activating your creative being. Okay? Now, you need to keep telling the brain what is important to you to be able to activate the reticular activation system, RAS. This is one of the most powerful systems God puts in man. What is RAS? Have you noticed that the day you saw a car you like, let us say you want to buy a car, you started making money, you want to buy a car, and you say you want to buy a Camry Muzzle, silver color. Suddenly, you will start seeing all Camry Muzzles, silver color everywhere around the road. Anywhere you are going, you'll be seeing it. You're wondering, is this silver color too rampant? What happened? Do you understand? But those silver color Camry has always been there. But because you had not yet thought of buying that particular car, you had not yet activated the reticular activation system. So immediately you now said, this is the car I want to buy. This is the model. This is the color. Immediately you go out, the universe, your eyes start seeing it everywhere. You begin to see it until you own it. Immediately you own it and drive it for 2-3 months, you get tired of it. You now look for the next thing. So if you can utilize this RAS very well, you can call forth what isn't yet there as if it were there. That is how God creates. Take note. He didn't say, I want to make, he said, let there be light. And he says, there was light. Even though the light had not been made yet, at the creative stage, he decreed the light and it was there. So I want to begin to understand that your mindset is where the thing is. It's not in the physical. The physical is after the mindset has made it there. So it was in your mind before it comes out. So as long as you doubt your mind and your thought processes, you are unable to print it out in the physical. I'm telling you how the body functions now. I'm telling you how the universe was created. These are secrets no one will share with you. It is this secret that all these great men of God have used to build their 100,000 capacity churches, 100 million churches. Just think of it. The bigger a church is, the more powerful the mind of the person who created it. I'm using church because that's what you can relate to. Business is the same thing. To look at businesses, the bigger a business is, the more powerful the mind that created it is. So me and you can go into cement business. But if I have a stronger mindset, a more developed mindset, a more creative ability than you, even with no money, I will do something far bigger than what you will do. So if you want to begin to do great things, work on your mindset. Very important. You can't do without it. So when you know what you're looking for, you begin to see more of it. And that's the universe priming you to print out your own version of that thing. All right? You must take note. What goes on within you is much more important than what happens around you. I don't care where you were born. I don't care if your parents were poor. I don't care if your village has no light. It doesn't matter where you are from. It doesn't matter. What matters most is what is happening within you. That village that has light, somebody made it have light. The person would have been born in that village. The village had no electricity. The person goes out, makes money, comes back, he buys a transformer for his community, and he makes them have lights. I don't understand what I mean. So any situation you find yourself in, don't worry about it. In fact, I tell you something. From now on, don't make decisions based on your situation or condition. Make decisions based on your vision for yourself. In other words, let me give you a secret. When I married my wife, I didn't marry based on my condition. I didn't have money, that kind of money, to go and marry a Hollywood star. No. But I told myself, when I become governor of my state, what caliber of woman would I want to stand beside me as the first lady of my state? I didn't have money as God. I didn't have money. And when I saw her, I'm like, that is a true first lady material. And I approached her and we got talking and I kept pushing. And today she's my wife. And today, see what she's creating. Will it be in doubt that if I'm governor, for example, that she cannot handle this whole state, Ebonyi state, I'm from Ebonyi state, and I become governor, that she cannot handle the whole state comfortably while I'm away doing important national matters? Can you begin to imagine the kind of first lady she will be? And that's why you see some men, they get married. When they become successful, they start looking for second and third wife. Or they chase the first one away and say she's not a graduate. So when you married her, didn't you know she was not a graduate? No. You married according to your circumstance. You didn't know you would get bigger. Suddenly you got bigger. Then you now blame your wife that she's not fit for you. You are the one that made that. You are the one that should be blame yourself, not your wife. Your wife was where she was doing her best, and you loved her, you took her. Why didn't you groom her so that as you are growing, she's growing? Please, if you're a man listening to me, please don't make that mistake of allowing your wife not to grow while you are growing. No. As I was growing as a person, I was also grooming my wife to grow too. I made her almost be as equal as I am. The knowledge I give, she also has that knowledge too. So that tomorrow when I'm governor, I won't look back to give her responsibility as first lady because I know she knows what I know. We are at par. Do you understand? I'm only ahead just in a few steps. Okay? So bear this in mind. Women in crypto, as you are interacting with each other, sharpen yourselves, grow with each other, exchange ideas, keep going. Don't mind what's around you. Even if you live in face me, I face you, don't let it decide what decisions you take. Dream as big as you want. Create bigger pictures. The beauty belongs, as in the future, belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Because you cannot future in a picture, you cannot future in a future you cannot picture. Do you understand? Any future you want to feature in, you must first picture it before you can feature in that future. So believe in the beauty of your dreams. Okay? Now, always measure and assess the most important things to you. You must keep assessing them. Because remember, I told you, God looked at what he had created and saw it was good. Meaning, he was always assessing. He will create. He will not later make. He will still assess what he made with what he created. Is it good or should I remake it? Because you can never improve on something you have never measured. So as you are creating, still give parameters for its measurements. Take note what God said. He didn't say, I want to create man in my image. He still said the features of the kind of man he wants to create. That a man will have dominion over this, over that, here, there. So when you are creating, don't just create aimlessly. Create functionality into that your creation. That way, when you now make it, it is fully operational. That is why if you steal somebody's idea and go to make it, you know when we used to submit proposal in government house, some people just come, tear out the first page, then take their company name, put on top and submit, right? Then government now awards the contract to the person. The person will now go to the field and cannot deliver because he wasn't the originator of the idea. He just saw the making part. He wasn't there in the creative process. So when the creator of the idea is not there to give guidance towards the making, what happens? You make a non-functional creation. So the functionality in whatever you are doing must be imbibed at the level of creation. If not, it will be moribund at the level of execution. Please forgive my big grammar. I don't know. I don't know how to break this down. But when I get this into my mood, I begin to a lot of things come into my head. So I'm not able to break it down. I'm just able to just speak it out like that. Okay. But money-born just simply means the thing is not, will just be white elephant project. It won't be functional. Okay? So that is why when something goes bad, they say, go back to the drawing board. That means go back to the original design and then see what was wrong. Because if it's wrong out there, that challenge came from the design ab initio. Now, in your creative process, please see obstacles that they lead to your elevation when going through the roller coaster storms of life. For every creator, there must be chaos. Because if there's no chaos, there can't be organization. That means God made the earth in dark, without void, no form, mannerless, shapeless. Then he started putting conformity into it, shape, light, trees, this, that. Do you understand? So in your life, once you make up your mind to become a creator, I will tell you something. The kind of distraction that will come your way, I don't know whether the universe does it to know if you are really serious. Immediately you begin to say you want to think before you act, you will see all things coming to you impromptu. We need response now. Everything, distraction, left, right, center. Even your husband will be temptation to you. Your wife, temptation to you. Your children, making noise. In fact, now I've said, go and create a thinking chamber. It is now that room that is not being used now. Suddenly your husband want to use that room. Or your wife want to use that room. Or your children will now make that room their playground. That's the first obstacle you will face for you to create a thinking chamber for yourself. It doesn't matter. If you cannot find that thinking chamber in your room, and the best place again is in nature. Look for a garden around your area, your estate. Look for anywhere you can just sit and see trees, just see nature. You know, when you see nature, inspiration comes to when you are looking at nature. Like the person who built the bridge we use today got the idea watching the spider design its web. Okay? Electricity too. The person got the idea from firefly. Do you understand? So even the aeroplane we fly today, the person who designed it, the Wright brothers, got the idea from watching birds fly. So even most answers to your questions are in nature. It's just for you to now be in a quiet place, collect your mind together, and let the still small voice talk to you. And then you pick it. All right? It's there. It's just like a decoder. You know, when you put on your radio, you have to tune to a frequency to get a particular station. If you tune off, it scatters. You tune back in again. So you need to bring yourself to a place where your mindset, your mind is able to tune and align with the frequency of nature, such that whatever it is you want to create will be an awesome project. Okay? Now, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask yourself. If you ask yourself mediocre questions, you will be a mediocre person. If you ask yourself excellent questions, you will be an excellent personality. For example, you want something, right? And they tell you the price is 500,000, 500,000. Immediately you say, I can't afford it. Your mind, your subconscious mind shuts down. Your conscious mind shuts down to all possibility of you affording that thing. But if you ask yourself, how can I afford it? What happens? Your conscious mind goes into your subconscious mind to begin to search through the files to see if there's something there it can pick out and bring to your thoughts for your mind to work on it and see what to do to bring out that money. So the brain processes these two statements in two different ways. So please watch how you ask yourself questions, because most times you always ask yourself questions. It's true. Every time you ask yourself, do I need this? Do I really need it? Can't I do without it? Should I or should I not? You know? So the goal should be, how can you differentiate yourself right now and get your market share? As an affiliate, some are doing 50,000 in a week. Some are doing 80. Some are doing 100. Some are doing 250. Some are doing 300. The difference is just in the person. Remember, the same facilities are available to you all. The same Telegram channel, the same WhatsApp group, the same video, the same presentation. But how come somebody is making 300,000 in a week and that person is making only 20,000 that same week? Difference is in how you have differentiated yourself. So a person that will say no to you, to leader A, will say yes to leader B by virtue of the fact that leader B has improved herself to where she becomes a person you can't say no to. So for more results in your earnings as an affiliate, work on yourself and differentiate yourself from the crowd. Okay? You must have this I will until attitude. That means I will keep running Facebook ads until I get 500 people into my group. Then I will keep following up on this 500 until I get 250 of them to make payments. The next thing, I will keep saving this money I'm earning until it's up to so and so amount. Then I'll use it to buy so and so coin. Okay, in this coin, I will keep taking profit until. So just write these things down, let them be clear. Don't be doing things by chance. Before you buy a coin, tell yourself, is it a short-term coin, middle-term coin, or long-term coin? If it's a short-term coin, please take profit once it pumps. If it's a middle-term coin, then take some profit, leave some, let it pump again, take the second one. If it's a long-term coin, then hold it till maybe middle bull run next year, long-term. But don't have this sense of buyer's remorse. Hey, you sold the coin and it went up again. Hey, I should have waited though. If only I had waited, I would have made $300,000. So don't feel bad. Just the train always comes and goes. There's a next boss. Join the next boss. Just keep going. Okay? So make the decision before you pull the trigger. So that whenever anything happens, you accept the outcome because it's according to your plan. All right? So don't start having regrets that a coin didn't do this or didn't do that. You didn't, if you had waited. Oh, don't worry about that. Just choose short-term, medium-term, long-term. You already have your short-term plan. For my short-term coins, this is what I'll do with them. For my medium-term coins, this is what I'll do with them. For my long-term coins, this is how I handle them. Write these things down. So once a signal is dropped and you do the fundamentals, you know what it falls into. Follow that your action plan and never regret your decision. Okay? So the right mindset, I'm almost rounding up. Understand that the brain doesn't know the difference between visualization and reality. What I showed you now. Your brain does not know the difference between the picture in your head and what is seen. So any imagination you have is real to your brain. Get the point? Let me prove this to you. If you're a man, I don't know about women. Let me use men for example. If a man, you see a girl you like so much, you like this lady so much, okay? You begin to lust after her. You've not spoken to her. She's not giving you her number, but you just saw her, liked her, loved her, and you begin to, fantasize about her. Truth be told, don't you begin to feel warm inside you and begin to have erection inside you? Like, so what is happening? Isn't that enough proof that your imagination is real? Let's even say wet dreams. You know wet dream, when you have a wet dream, something happened in the dream. Or somebody's chasing you in the dream. Okay, let's use chasing the dream. Somebody's chasing you in the dream. A masculine is chasing you. You wake up, you shout Jesus in the night, and you are sweating profusely, as if you were running. So if you were dreaming, lying on a bed, and your mind, your brain was going through a dream where masquerade was chasing, and you were running in the dream, yet physically in the bed, you were sweating, then you woke up afraid. Doesn't it prove to you that you don't need to be running in real life for you to sweat? It means your brain does not know the difference between your dream and reality. Because the same way you would have sweated if you were running in real life was how you were sweating on the bed and you were not running. Do you see the power of your brain? The power of your imagination? Do you see why you shouldn't allow certain useless thoughts or useless negative statements by people enter into your brain and take roots there? Do you see why you shouldn't accept the fact that I cannot do this? I see people pay for women in crypto. They come in, they exit, they say, it's too hard. I cannot do it. You can do what? You can do times 10 that. Never tell yourself you can't do anything. Please, from now on, remember I said you are heads of nations. Okay? So everything starts in your mind. If you cannot envision it, you can never achieve it. Mark my words. An example. When a new car comes out, let us say there is a Range Rover autobiography. Okay, let's say Rolls-Royce Phantom Ghost, new model, comes out. Okay? Let me show you various realities. If you go and buy that car mint from the factory and drive it home, in your mind, that car is the latest model. Now, if you go to the factory and ask the owners of Rolls-Royce Phantom, they will tell you that in their own factory, once the prototype is designed, it becomes old model. Because before that car was made for you to drive, it was first designed in their lab, and then a prototype was made before that prototype was mass produced. So for the designer of the car, once a prototype is made, it becomes old model. Then the guy who designs it on the paper before prototype is made, once he draws it, sketches it, gives it the linings, its attributes, characteristics, and he pushes it to the prototype people to make the prototype, it has become old model for him because he has to start thinking of the next one to design. Are you now understanding different realities for different people on one project? So which one is a reality? How do you envision it? Okay? So you don't earn what you want, you earn who you are. Listen to me. If you are earning 100,000 every week, that is who you are. The day you upgrade yourself, you begin this, what I just taught you now, how to create and make, measure, assess, improve, and all that. You will see yourself start earning 200,000 because that's who you've become. Someday, you see yourself earning 500,000 in a week. Before you know it, you start earning 1 million in a week. I am telling you, women in crypto, that vehicle as designed is capable of giving you 2 million naira every week, depending on how you create your own affiliate system. That same system that is giving you 10,000 naira a week is giving some other person 500,000 every week because of how that person created her own system inside the same affiliate game, inside women in crypto. So go back now. You want to earn more, work on yourself, become a better creator, work on your mindset, create that system of affiliate that works for you that will yield 2 million a week or 5 million a week, as the case may be. It's up to you. Okay? So you can never go past your self-imposed limitations. Anything you are earning today, you kept yourself in that place. You are the one limiting yourself. The way God designed the universe, anything you want and you work towards it, you will get. We are the ones limiting ourselves. So you must constantly keep opening your eyes and mind to possibilities. Now, some of you will always say, my New Year resolution, my New Year resolution. Please stop that rubbish. What is New Year resolution? No. How can you take something January and run with it in December? No. Every month, break it down to months, to days, to hours. That's how to be effective. Take note that your New Year resolution, you don't even keep it past January. You have broken it because it is too vague. You need to make it granular. So every month should have what you have set out to achieve for that month. Let us say in January, I want to learn how to run my own Facebook ads myself. I don't want to depend on one digital marketer who I will pay 10,000. He will take 5,000, then run 5,000 ad for me. I want to run it all myself. So January, you zero in, you take courses, you learn Facebook ad, you are good in it, fine. February, I want to learn how to cultivate my WhatsApp group team so that each of them, I'm able to, for every 100 people I bring in, 80 will pay. You might start with 20 will pay. From 20, you begin to build yourself. 40, every 100, you convert 40. By April, every 100, you convert 80. Then by May, every 100, you convert 85. Do you understand? Just set this target. Just keep working on it. Then by August, okay, I now earn 200,000 a month. I want to start earning 500,000 a month. Where in my system do I still need to put more effort to increase this fund? You now audit your system and see where you are losing the money. You work on it. Do you understand? So every month must then, in November, okay, I have made so amount. I want to begin to push 80% of my earnings to investments. Work on it. So month by month, you are assessing yourself. And that way, you will achieve more in a year than somebody who uses a full year as his target. Do you understand? This is the secret to compressing time. All of us have 24 hours. Why is Dangote achieving more than you? He has learned to do in one day what you do in 1 month. He has learned to do in 1 month what you do in 1 year. He has learned to do in 1 year what takes you 10 years to do. That's the idea of compressing time. So you begin to optimize. You begin to create more leaders. You don't do everything yourself. Some things you begin to delegate this responsibility. So you begin to achieve more. Do you understand? You begin to build yourself to become leaders of men. That's why Jesus told his disciples, I will make you fishers of men. The money you seek for is in human beings. If you can bring them together, coordinate them very well, those monies will flow into you by virtue of the magnitude of people you are able to coordinate around a common goal or a common vision. Are we together? Okay? So the secret they won't tell you is this. It doesn't matter the tactic or strategy. That's not what's important. I repeat, it does not matter the tactic or strategy you use to achieve any goal. That's not what matters. What's important is your mindset going into that tactic or strategy. How do I prove it to you? For those who watch football, you will see two teams. They are playing the same formation. Maybe 4-4-2. Team A, 4-4-2. Team B, 4-4-2. The same formation. So it is the same strategy, which is four midfielders, 4 defenders, 2 attackers. But how come one wins the other? Now, the team that wins might not even be the stronger team. It might be the weaker team. What happened? The mindset of the weaker team playing that same tactic and strategy as the stronger team was more than that of the stronger team. I remember a year like that when Leicester, I'm not so good in football, but I remember I think Leicester City or Leicester, I remember the name of that team, Leicester something. Okay, Leicester. They came in from Division 1 or so to Premier League, and then they played all the way and won the Premiership. That thing upset the whole world, screamed. It was their mindset. But their Division 1 that entered Premier League, people thought they would be struggling to even be among top 10. They won the league. Do you understand what I mean? So it is not the tactic or strategy. So don't go out there, copy people's tactics, copy their strategy, but beat them with your mindset. Do you understand? Okay? So the most powerful piece of armor you can put on as a person and as an entrepreneur is this mindset game. Once you can beat anybody in his mindset, you have won him in the physical. You know the way they say the spiritual controls physical, right? That's the same way too. If me and you, if I come for a contract, for example, and I meet you, and I know you have more money than me, you have more connection than me, and I look, I might not get this thing. I know you are beating me in the physical space. I will take the fight to the mindset space. I will go into the mindset level now and begin to see how can I recreate my proposal to relay a more superior vision to whoever is reading it, that he will prefer my own to this big guy's own. Do you get now? So anybody who is more than you in the physical, change the game, take the fight to the mindset level. You will win him from there. I'll show you that. Anything you create that is superior in the mindset level, in the physical space, it will show because the energy will differ. The energy will differ. Okay? So for this year, 2024, I want you to do these things for me. 1, you need new promotions, new endorsements, new businesses. So in the business you do for a living, aside when in crypto, go there and work so well that you get promoted. If you're working for somebody, be so exceptional as secretary, as treasurer, as any position you're holding there. Doesn't matter. Be so exceptional, people will endorse you. They will say, this person is different. Of all the people from this place, this one is different. Okay? Begin to be an apple in the midst of oranges, not the best orange in the basket. No, become an apple in the midst of oranges. That means you'll be selected first. Okay? Then, new business. If you are new to women in crypto, see it as a business. Don't see it as a side hustle. Even though it's a side hustle for you, but in your mindset, tell yourself it is a business. I want to put in 20,000 and mint. Do you know that business is a money minting business? That means you do Facebook ad 50,000. You get affiliate commission that week 150,000 or 200,000. So you put in 50 and got 150. How many businesses are in that format? It means you can sleep on a weekend, on a Sunday, and wake up on Monday and tell yourself, this week, I want to mint 250,000 for myself. And you sit down and mint it in that week. By a week, they're paying your what you've earned. It's a very wonderful feeling. Okay? So turn it to a business for yourself, no longer a side hustle. Now, what happens? If these three things happen in your life, you will begin to see new challenges. I told you, universe will throw obstacles at you to see if you will stand or if you will fall. Once you lose focus or you shake in your heart, you lose it all. When you stand firm and pass all these new challenges, what happens? You will get new responsibilities because you have proven yourself beyond doubt. What will happen? New responsibility will come to you. All right? Now, when you accept those new responsibility, it will expose you to new relationships. Let us say you are just a member. You decide to make it a business. You become an affiliate. With affiliate comes challenges of Facebook ad, video, follow up, talk to your clients, they make payment, training, challenges. Now, when you handle it well, the leaders in the community will call you and say, you start handling presentation, or start handling follow up, or start handling newcomers, beginners, or do you understand? Now, when that responsibility comes, you now move up to the level of leaders. That's new relationship. You begin to relate with leaders. Okay? Now, with new relationship comes new opportunities. For example, this program was a leadership program for only the leaders. But the coordinator said she wants it to also extend to affiliates. After I said, okay, she wants it available to everybody. Do you see now? So, new opportunities. And what next? You begin to break new grounds. Okay? Let me take this down. You can see. You begin to break with new opportunities, you break new grounds. And what happens next after that? Once new grounds are broken, the next step is you begin to look for how to exploit and explore those new grounds to get new skills. Because as you break new grounds, you gain new skills. Now, once you have new skills, what happens next? You begin to have new dreams. For example, immediately you pick the skill of how to run your art, run your community, make things happen, increase affiliate commission. What happens? Let us say you were earning 50,000 as affiliates, and all you were able to do was at least feed your family comfortably. By the time your affiliate commission rises to 200,000, you start thinking of how to invest in more coins. By the time it gets 500,000, new dreams. Okay? Before you know it, you begin to know how to build your own home. All right? So with new dreams, you begin to realize your stars. You know when they say somebody's stars, what you came to the world with, your destiny begins to manifest. Some people live their life without having fulfilled their destinies. So in these new dreams, your destiny becomes fulfilled in 2024. And all that will be as a result of a renewed mind. Without a renewed mind, all these things I have taught you today would not be possible. I'm going to stop this here. My charge to you now, do everything possible to have a renewed mind. It is in that renewed mind that your wealth, your success, your generational wealth, your dynasty, it all lies there. So, man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. Go into your mind and print out to the physical that which you want to be. Thank you all. I will stop at this point. All right. I really appreciate you all for staying this long. And I assure you that I'll keep finding time to make out time to keep giving you all these quality in-depth teachings. Because I want to be sure all of you who passed through my leadership training. Nobody passes through me and remains the same. Not possible. Okay? I will bring out the essence in you. Must be a God. Thank you very much. So bye-bye, everyone. And over to you.
Thank you. Now, before you shout bye bye, wait now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh, let me appreciate you on behalf of the women in crypto community. You know, knowledge is priceless, right? There is no amount to quantify knowledge. We really want to appreciate you and thank you so much for being. And this is 1 hour 30. I know that your personal mentorship, people who you mentor one on one, I know how much you charge people to mentor them, you know, to teach them. But for agreeing to come to teach us 1 hour 30 minutes of your time for free, guys, this, as you don't take these trainings for granted, don't say because it's coming free you guys will take it for granted. I know how much he charges for his mentorship. This is price. He's doing this because of me, right? You know, when I'll call for me, so you will not. I know many of you came for me, but congratulations for staying till the end. Congratulations. If you begin to apply the principles in what you are being taught, the sky will be your starting point. You can go out there and become presidents, governors of nations, wealth creators, you know. That is how it all starts. It all starts from the mindset. Your mindset is your greatest asset, the only thing you have control over. Okay? So thank you so much, sir. We are happy. We are grateful. I hope that you keep coming to train us, to teach us, you know. I hope that you always make out time for us. This has been 2 weeks. You came in last week, Monday, you came in today. I hope that if I will call you again, if you have the time, you always grace us with your brilliance. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Welcome. I assure you that. I promise you all that. I'm reading their comments on the chat room and I feel encouraged. So I'm going to do a lot for them. It's okay.
Okay. That is it. If you know you learned something, go to your respective groups and tell me what you learned. All your WhatsApp groups, just go there and type, this is what I learned in the training that just ended. Tell me what you learned and encourage others to join. Maybe if we are lucky enough for him to come for our next leadership meeting by God's grace, so others can be encouraged to come. All right, congratulations, and thank you for staying till the end of the class. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.